This is a square. Can you guess which spot that goes in?
The square.
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes. Okay.
And how about this rectangle? That one
Also the square.
that goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got this thin rectangle.
The thin
Can you guess
rectangle.
where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the square hole. And up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
the square hole. Now, we've also got this semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
The semicircle.
semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Okay. Up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Triangle.
That's right. The square hole. And up next, we have the arch.
The arch. The arch.
You guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole. This is a
microphone. There it goes. I don't know why I had to do that, but I guess I did. Hello, everybody. How you doing tonight? Good to be back. That opening clip freaking got me. That shit was so funny. What the hell? So apparently there's a hurricane. Hurricane Clinton. What was it? Hurricane. Oh, it's Hurricane Hilary. I see. Hurricane Hilary. Huh. Off the West Coast. A hurricane off the West Coast. What? We don't. That's not a thing. That's not a thing that we get. Hold on. A hurricane off the West Coast?
That does not make sense. Why would a Wookiee, an 8-foot-tall Wookiee, want to live on Endor with a bunch of 2-foot-tall Ewoks? That does not make sense.
No, really. But I don't. A hurricane? That's I mean, like, I understand how that girl felt with the square hole. She's like, what the fuck? A motherfucking hurricane off the West Coast. Holy shit. Hurricane Hilary intensifies to Category 3. Let's go to the weather channel instead of CNN. Hurricane Hilary. I guess we're opening the show with this. Hold on, y'all. How you like that background for today? Yeah. Link, hero of Japan. Hurricane Hilary. Remnant forecast to soak California southwest. To bring rain to Southern California. Oh, it's coming up from the south. Okay, Hilary's rapidly intensifying a major hurricane off Mexico's Pacific coast. Hilary will weaken quickly as it parallels the Baja Peninsula. By the time it nears California, it will begin to transition into a remnant low. It will trigger some impacts in California and southwest and the southwest as soon as this weekend, regardless of its status. Where Hilary is right now. Hilary is currently located several hundred miles to the south of Cabo San Lucas and is moving toward the west-northwest. A tropical storm warning is in effect for the extreme southern Baja California Peninsula, including Cabo San Lucas. In addition, flood watches are in effect across a wide swath. Sorry, the kitty. Wide swath of the southwest, including Los Angeles, San Diego, and Las Vegas. Dang. Okay, that's quite some reach right there. Like, LA and San Diego are right next to the water, you know what I mean? But then Las Vegas. But what did we do? We're so far away from the show, you know what I mean? The party's way over there, and we're over here gonna get flooded? The fuck is that about? I look forward to the rain, says Runs with Phantoms. Riverside County is always so damn dry. Oh, that's right, Runs with Phantoms. Aren't you in Riverside County? Aren't you down there? I'm gonna be in Orange County this weekend. Jeannie and I are. That's what we're looking at right now. Is the weather is getting crazy. We've been planning this for weeks, but send me a DM. Runs with Phantoms. Maybe we can meet up this weekend or Monday or something. Send me a message. Let me know what city specifically you're in. But damn, bro, what? We've got a motherfucking hurricane off the southwest. That's wild. That is some crazy shit. So let's read a little more. Let's make this a little bigger because that's what it takes to get all these fucking ads off the screen. Okay, whatever. Let me see how it looks here. That's better. Where's Hilary now? A tropical storm warning is in effect. In addition, flood warnings. Where Hilary is headed and how strong it will become. Hilary rapidly intensified from a tropical storm to a Category 3 hurricane Wednesday into Thursday, and could top out at Category 4 intensity by Friday and Saturday. Unfortunately, is it just me, or does this like reminds me? I was thinking of that movie Twister. Like it's a T5, right? Is that what they call it? Like T4, T3, whatever. Anyway, unfortunately, it will do that while it's still far from land. Friday or Saturday, Hilary should take a subtle but important bend, taking it close to at least part of Mexico's Baja Peninsula. Hilary will likely be hurricane conditions to parts of Baja California. Okay. In a much weaker state, Hilary is forecast to trek over parts of California early next week while transforming into a post-tropical low-pressure system. That means it will eventually lose characteristics of a tropical storm, but will still deliver potentially significant impacts to California and other parts of the Southwest. Becoming post-tropical So what? It becomes post-tropical, like way up in the northern California, northern Nevada region. The fuck is that about? Yeah, okay, so that's why it's hitting like that. That's why it's hitting Vegas and LA and San Diego. That's a hell of an angle. That is a hell of an angle for a hurricane to be coming from. That's crazy, bro. I wonder if it's gonna be like hurricane winds. Like we're not really built for that shit. Funny because I'm house sitting for a cousin in LA starting Sunday. Good timing. Maybe we can chill. All right, yeah. Send me a message. Let me know where you're at normally and where you're at. Yeah. LA. We're not gonna go out as far as LA, but what's it called? If you're in the areas that we're gonna be in, maybe we can meet up or something. But yeah, it'd be cool. Anyway, let me see. California and Southwest impacts and when may they arrive? I just cut my hair, by the way. Is it all because got a trip coming up? So I'm a little bit like California and Southwest impacts and when they may arrive, regardless. Oh, I need a water. Regardless of what meteorologists call it, Hilary's leftovers are likely to have several impacts in parts of the Southwest. Locally, heavy rain and flash flooding will become an increasing threat in Southern California and the desert Southwest beginning this weekend, lasting into the first half of next week. Got a friend who used to be one of those migratory people who'd spend summers in Cabo. He was there for a few hurricanes for sure, but California doesn't really know hurricanes. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, hurricane. I've never in my life. I grew up out in California. My whole life, we never had a hurricane that I recall. I remember storms. I remember El Nino, but not a straight up hurricane. It's interesting. It's making its way this far north. Yeah, right. It's a little crazy. So I'm gonna find out. My whole trip this weekend might get canceled because I don't know if the event I'm gonna go out there for is still gonna happen. I don't know if it's still gonna happen. And then we'd have to like drive out, be out there in the rain and like stuck. And then if we're coming back, we'd have to come back in the storm maybe, depending on when it dies out. It might. What if it dies out like Tuesday or Wednesday? We don't want to get stuck out there. So things to consider because the storm I heard about that hurricane, but it was like kind of a thing. It just came up in the news, and then that there was a hurricane. I was like, man, that doesn't affect me because it's a hurricane. But I didn't actually read into it at all. I didn't realize it was on the West Coast, coming up from way in the south, doing like straight up shot. And so when I heard that it was out here, people are prepping for it, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's coming from the Gulf of Mexico and it's like, whoosh, gonna hit out here. Okay, maybe. But then when I called my friend out in California, he said, "Oh, you coming out for the storm?" I said, "What? What are you talking about?" Yeah, we're getting the storm coming out, et cetera, et cetera. And then so that's when this kind of started popping up on my radar as an issue. And then Jenny pointed out that it got upgraded. I didn't realize it got upgraded. So like the fuck, that shit is crazy. Getting a fucking hurricane here. Oh, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this shit out because primarily my big question is if the event is still happening at all. If my reason for going out there is still happening, because that means I need to go out there. I don't need to go out there if there's no event. If it gets postponed, then Hurricane in SoCal, hugs sent. Thank you, Stunt Brat. Stunt Brat, oh my God, it's so nice to see you. I feel like I don't see you hardly at all anymore. It's so nice to have you here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're looking at the storm because I didn't realize that it got upgraded, and I'm supposed to go out to California this weekend. So uh I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on because I didn't realize it was going to be a crazy ass storm. And yeah, man, that's rough. So I don't know what's going on. Let's see, high surf, coastal flooding, and rip currents will also be a significant threat. The most dangerous flooding, including storm surge, is possible along parts of the southern Baja Peninsula, especially if Hilary Center comes ashore, and also along parts of the Gulf of California coast. However, swells will also arrive along the coast of Southern California this weekend and could last into Monday. These will likely impact south and southeast facing beaches the most, leading to dangerous high surf and perhaps some coastal flooding, especially at high tide. Yeah, the area I'm going to is on the coast. So, like, is this still happening? Is that still happening? The thing? El Nino is coming back. We've been in the midst of one of the longest El Ninos on record, and next year El Nino should be in full effect. Yeah, dude, power. That means the wild, wet weather for our corner of the states. Stunty, hey Phantoms, how you been? Erica Gardens, hello. Welcome back, Erica. I've been lurking on your last few streams. Oh, well, that's nice to know. She got here in time to hang with Kai and Phantoms. I love having you in the chat, though. I love everyone all my regulars. I love when you're here and you say hi. And I mean, like, I understand the lurking because I've been doing a lot more of that myself. I've been just putting on a stream and then doing other stuff and not even saying anything in the chat. So once you're in the chat and people start talking to you, and then that's just what you're doing. But like I'm trying to get other stuff done, so I just don't even say anything. So I get it, but also it's nice to see you and say hi. She got here in time to hang with Kai and Phantoms one more time before we're both washed away in flash floods. Fuck that, Phantoms. I'm okay, thanks. Just haven't been as chatty lately. I've been there, Stuntbrad. I feel you, Erica. Greeting, Erica. Single greeting. Most people get multiple greetings, but you only get one. Love my Kai. Mwah. It's nice to see you, Stunt. So let's look at more about this here storm. Even if it's just the remnants of Hilary, some stronger wind gusts are possible in Southern California early next week that could lead to isolated power outages and tree damage. In some areas, these winds could mimic a Santa Ana wind, except could be accompanied by rain. That's pretty hardcore. A track as a tropical storm. I mean, I guess hurricane people are like, that's a fucking hurricane. A track as a tropical storm over California would be extremely rare. If Hilary is still categorized as a tropical storm over California, that would be the first time that it happened in almost 26 years. Since the former Hurricane Nora tracked near the Colorado River in California as a tropical storm in September 1997. That's crazy. Wait, so 1997? So there was a hurricane in my lifetime, apparently. 26 years ago. Damn. That's crazy. 1997. There were only two other times that happened prior to 1950, including a September 1939 tropical storm, the LA Basin, and an October 2nd, 1858 hurricane, which tracked from San Diego to Long Beach. That's nuts. See, I knew that shit was rare. And they're all from deep south. They come from way south and shoot up. Look, straight up, straight up. This one's kind of curved, but it's straight inland. This one comes from a little further out. This one right here is going all up the coast. This motherfucker is just going wild. He's going way off to the right. And this guy puttered out. These two puttered out real early. This one made a hard right and then just gave up. Said, "Nah, I'm not about it no more." So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. That's not bad. Track also 60 nautical miles since 1950. Why Hilary will weaken as it treks farther north later this weekend or early next week. Hilary is expected to lose steam quickly. Okay. Primary reason for this is that it will move over much cooler water once it moves past roughly the latitude of the southern tip of the Baja Peninsula. Another reason is that Hilary's center could move other parts of the Baja Peninsula early next week. Move over parts of the Baja Peninsula. Given these two factors, Hilary will likely be in a much weaker state by the time it nears or passes over parts of Southern California. Similar to, why Hilary will move so far north. Most eastern Pacific tropical storms and hurricanes form off the Mexican Pacific coast, then track over open water to the west and the northwest and fizzle. In this case, Hilary will be drawn northward because of the wind flow around a very strong heart dome of high pressure in the central U.S. together with a U-shaped trough of low pressure aloft near the western coast. In fact, some computer models suggest Hilary's remnant spin could be pulled as far north as Idaho or western Montana. Damn, that's crazy. Hilary will also send a pulse. That is deep. That's inland right there. Hilary will also send a pulse of deep tropical moisture northward into not just the desert southwest, but potentially as far north as the northern Rockies next week. Moisture surge. I dated a geologist once, and we had a term between ourselves called moisture surge. It was because of this exact phenomenon. I'm not going to share with you the nature of what moisture surge meant. It's personal, but it made us giggle. Last week, the remnant of what was Tropical Storm Eugene dumped up to 1 inch of rain in parts of Southern California. Last week, Tropical Storm Eugene. So in the warm-up, in the pregame, type of more widespread rain not common during the state's dry season. Almost 1 year ago. Thank you, Tropical Storm Eugene. Remnant. That's pretty good. A whole inch just cause, for no reason, during the dry season. Almost 1 year ago, Hurricane K. What? It's almost my name. It's this freaking close. It's this close. Also crawled northward along the southern Baja Peninsula before eventually fizzling south of the U.S.-Mexico border offshore. While it never tracked into Southern California or the Southwest, K's remnants dumped up to 16 inches of rain in parts of the desert and high country of Southern California, leading to localized flash flooding, mudslides, and debris flows. K's remnants also produced wind gusts over 80 miles per hour in the San Diego County mountains, which drowned some trees and power lines in a few areas. Oh no. Hurricane K, 2022. Okay. Look at that. Look at that path. It tried. Track history of Hurricane K in September. Is that it? That's it? Okay, well, it's good to know. So I guess Hurricane Hilary decided to take it up a notch. Come on, do the thing. I decided I want to watch you. Not to sound like a stalker or nothing. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what's going on here. Try to refresh. I want to play the video. It won't. It just won't. Hurricane Hilary. Oh, I come from the south, from the deep, deep south. Hey, Mikhail Wolf, how you doing? Did you see that you're in the end show credits now? I fixed it. It's been the last couple, at least the last couple of shows, I think. Gonna fry some cheese. Nice. Bring you and chat into the kitchen. Let's go. Fandoms, I'm gonna make a turkey Swiss Sammy. Hello, everyone. Okay, yeah, I'm caught up. Hurricane Hilary. Yeah, so shit, man. I don't even know. I don't even know if this shit is happening. I didn't even realize that shit got upgraded today. I sent the guy a text before the show started. That's why it's what was on my mind. I was like looking into it. I'll try call him in the morning. I'm getting up early. But son of a bitch, man. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll see what happens. Yarp. All right. Well, a hurricane in California. Now I done seen everything. You seen a man eat his own ass? Or, yeah. No? Well, then you haven't seen everything. All right, let's move on to one of our headline stories for tonight. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has reportedly helped boost Japan's GDP. That's some heavyweight shit right there. One Nintendo game. Speaking of which, I streamed yesterday for like 6 hours playing Breath of the Wild. I had everything set up, and like I went through a bunch of shrines. I only have 2 left, and I know where they are, and I'm getting them. It's just they're they take some work. So that's gonna be my next stream, is getting those 2. And then at some point down the line, I'm getting this bitch right here, and probably stream that too. Well, I mean, I will stream it once I get it, but I have other stuff I could stream. I honestly have other Switch games here that I'd rather play with an audience. I'd rather play with you guys. Preliminary figures released by the Japanese Cabinet Officer today report that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom may well have helped boost Japan's GDP, gross domestic product, for those that don't know. Japanese outlet Mainichi Shimbun reports via Forbes. Nintendo's highly anticipated first-party title launched back in May 2023 and broke sales records all across the world. And it seems that those numbers have been reflected in Japan's semi-durable goods sales. Semi-durable goods sales, which include clothes, entertainment, and video games. Oh, I see. The report covers that period of April 2023 to June 2023, and compared to the previous quarter, spending in this sector has risen by 2.8%. That's despite a drop of 0.5% in private consumption. Mainichi says that a cabinet office official associates that this increase with video games specifically. As of 30th June, Tears of the Kingdom has sold a massive 18.51 million units worldwide. Damn. The open world sequel managed to shift 10 million of these units in the first 3 days of its release alone. It became the fastest selling Zelda game ever and the fastest selling Nintendo game in North America ever. Tears of the Kingdom wasn't singled out by the Cabinet Office, but it has been a pretty strong year for video games in Japan in general. Pikmin 4 has also broken series records despite not selling as well as Zelda. And on other consoles, we've seen games such as Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16 sell well, and Final Fantasy 16 sell well on PS5. But Zelda sits at the top of the throne over in Japan, and it will likely stay that way. It'll be interesting to see if the trend continues into the next financial quarter for Japan. Are you surprised by this news? Oh, yeah. That's the sign-off line. Yo. Sorry. That's wild. I want to play that game. I want to play that shit. I hope I can play it soon. I'm committed to beating Breath of the Wild first. But Hurricane Hilary. Oh, wait, didn't I read that already? I did a voice and everything. Deep south. Hey, Dustin French. What's shaking, Dustin? So, yo, Link is killing it for Japan, not just for Nintendo, for Japan. I have a clip that I need. Okay, so I thank you, Brothers with Phantoms. I think you sent me an awesome clip or a couple awesome clips now. Yeah, it was you. And then I've got a couple other ones I want to get, but this show, there's a show on Hulu called This Fool that I highly recommend. It is funny as fuck. I need to make a video about it because it's so good. But This Fool, what's it called? There's so many great moments in that show that I just need to get a clip of it. I need to get this little clip. It's fucking funny. Right, like right now, there's a clip I would play. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Nah, I need to straight up find. I would need to straight up find it over here on the Pirate Bay. Feel me? Oh shit, season 2. Okay, maybe. Rooster glides. Philip Payne. Okay, let me see what's this one. I'm gonna play the clip just so you guys. I'm gonna turn this clip because I think fucking perfect. Oh, it's this one. I should have just read more of the titles because it revealed itself. All right. All right. Check this shit out.
Like that. Dear God in heaven. You think I have to walk around with a cane? You think I'm not tempted to sell out with this thing? Temptation is a pulsing python that looms betwixt my thighs. And yet...
Temptation is a pulsing python that looms betwixt my thighs. Holy shit. Hey, Kronos, what up, bro? How you doing, man? So that's the clip I need to clip that specifically. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it up right here because I already have it. Oh my god. So back to Zelda. Dead Man Walking. At least from here it is. How's it going, Dead Man Walking? Yeah, same. This is Late Night Delight. It's a late night. You know, for me it's only 10:45. It's not even that late, but for most people, especially the East Coasters, or for them it's like, wait, what did I say the time it is? 10. It's like 1, but it's almost 2. It's almost 2 a.m. over there. Shit. But on the West Coast, it's pretty timid in terms of time. So that's pretty fucking wild. How much that clip I just played right now. That's Zelda. That's what Zelda's doing right now. That's what Tears of the Kingdom is doing in the gaming industry. Oh, you think you need graphics? Boom! Just slams his dick on the table. You think we need more power? EST is rather later. 1:45 here, East Coast all the way. Oh yeah, see, I told you, the best is time. Whatever, bro. It's not as late here, so I'd say the time is better. I need more water. I'm feeling it in my speech. I'm feeling it. So let me see. What's a good one to play right now? Let's do this one. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
You're Ethiopian. You're African. You're black. Okay?
I want to be Mexican.
Why do you want to be Mexican? Huh?
Because I eat quesadillas.
Because you eat quesadillas?
Yeah.
That's why you want to be Mexican. So you don't want to be from Africa anymore?
No.
Why not?
Because I want to be Mexican.
Where do you get this from? What make you want to be Mexican? You can't just be Mexican just because you eat quesadillas.
It's because Nagasi is Mexican.
Nagasi's Ethiopian too. He's half Mexican, but he's Ethiopian too.
Oh, I'm not Mexican too.
Because your parents are not Mexican. His mom is Mexican. I'm not Mexican. Your dad is not Mexican.
But I'm Mexican too.
Yeah, how you gonna be Mexican if none of your parents is Mexican?
I want Mexican.
Okay, you gotta calm down.
That fucking kid really wants to be Mexican. I'm always saying that, Kronos, to the people in the central. Peeps live in the central zone? Weird. Oh yeah, the time zone. I like burritos. Yeah, I bet you do, señorita. El Diablo. Yeah, that kid fucking loves he loves himself some quesadillas. Oh my god. I wish to see this clip. I would have played this clip, but it's not long enough. Little Dennis the Menace over here, this kid. I would imagine that his mother would be a little more acclimated to him and his menacing behavior. I would imagine she'd be a little more. She's obviously not the sharp one in the relationship. All right. Our next title headline is going to be The Para Method Says We Can Organize Our Digital Lives into 4 simple categories. How we organize all our digital stuff, from work research to side hustles to family photos, is key to our productivity. How we organize our digital stuff is key to our productivity. Okay, I can see that. Key takeaways. An ideal, actionable, organized system can accelerate the completion of projects and the achievement of goals. The Para method is a simple system for organizing any type of information across any digital platform. Para is based on the observation that there are only 4 categories that encompass all the information in your life: projects, areas, resources, and archives. Any type of information across a digital platform is based on observation that there are only 4 categories that encompass all the information in your life: projects, areas, resources, and archives. You know what's funny? So I have in my main drive a projects folder and an archives folder. So I've already got 2 of these figured out and specifically named like that. So everything in my projects folder is my projects, and then I eventually move things from my projects into my archives. Resources, I have like a bunch of scattered folders for research images and not like resource, like reference. That's the word. Reference images, reference art, all kinds of stuff. I have all kinds of reference material. Sometimes product ideas, sometimes character stuff, sometimes just fashion things, whatever. But it's all over the place. Textures, oh, that's a big one. Fucking textures. I have textures all over the place, so I'm not very organized there. So that's a good name for that folder then. Resources. Resources, just everything that's a resource goes in there, and then that makes it easy to know where everything goes. But areas, what the fuck is that? What is areas? Let me see the comments real quick, because I got some new stuff here from you guys. Nice screaming. I'd be nice screaming. I'd be upset at wasting that much money on the wasted coffee. Hey, Angelus Draven, how you doing, man? Been a while. What's good? Hey, Angelus, cannot even organize my analog stuff. Bruno's alone hugs. How about someone out there not to tell me what I should or shouldn't do? Hey, 777 Babbage. Hey, Angelus and Dad Man. I'm terrible at organization. I've been trying to organize stuff within digital arts stuff, but other than that, I'm bad at it. Yo, Angelus, if you want a tutor, a mentor, if you want me to help you get yourself organized a little bit, let me know, and I can offer a tutoring service for you. Tutoring services. You pay me via Ko-fi. Be nice and easy. I'll do like the Marie Kondo for your digital stuff. I'll say, does this folder bring you joy? Does this folder spark joy? Oh, look. You see these folders back here? I'm fucking spilling herb over here. You see these folders? Does this folder spark joy? Angelus, does it spark a joy? You pay me, and we'll do a not a stream, but we'll be in a lobby, and then you can walk me around your digital bedroom, and I'll say, oh, so messy. Does this spark a joy? Spark a joy? And you're gonna say, no, it doesn't spark joy. I say, okay, recycle. I'm just bad at it in the real world. Good day, all. Been lurking, sipping afternoon coffee. Hey, Babbage Brassworks, welcome, dude. I'm good, just chilling before I head off to India or Horror Hound. Okay, rock and roll, man. You need a folder for water? Yeah, you need water folder? Water folder spark of joy? Oh my god, dude. That's one of the things that I generally offer at when I go to when I work in a non-industry job is I help organize things because the game industry is so organized that like we tend to be really organized when we work, and places that aren't organized, oh my god, fuck that. And we were like, nope, I'm not working like this. We will take the time generally for like at least I will take the time to reorganize things and show them, well, hey, look how I do this. Oh, that's okay, that works really well. Or ask, is there a reason that we do it like this? Is there a reason? Because sometimes there is a reason, and the thing that you think is more efficient is actually less efficient. So it's good to ask, is there a reason that's done like this? And they might be open to you like experimenting. Well, if you think you can do it better, fucking go for it. And then you do it better, they're like, oh shit, son of a bitch, this guy. Okay. Hey, Offcast. Kai, you cracked me up, bro. Thanks, dude. You must have been here for the Marie Kondo shit. I am of the opinion decluttering is part of the own nothing and be happy mantra. I don't know, man. I feel better in uncluttered spaces. I have a little clutter here, but it's very organized. It's certain things, certain place, but generally everything is pretty sorted. If you look around my place, like you'd see everything's pretty organized and pretty neat. I don't have a lot of clutter. When you got kids, that changes a little bit. There's still some level of that you can maintain, but it takes a little extra effort. And it takes a schedule. My mom taught me when I was little for me it was like she made it a game. Oh, son of a bitch. She made cleaning up a game so that then she could get me to clean shit up in like low, hard to reach places. I could reach it. It was like hide and seek, but with hide and seek all the stuff that we were playing with. Time to we hid it, now we seek it. And so that made her life a little easier. So there's always tricks, and kids are all different. They're motivated by different things. I mean, there's some of in ways they're motivated by the same ways. Like if you've got a 2-3-year-old, you can sing songs to get them to do shit. And if you do something, if there's something that they don't like to do, whenever they're not doing it, sing a song about it, and then that gets them in a happy mood. And then you can sing that song when you're doing something that they don't want to do. You sing that song, or even if you just need to spark them into action, like this show Yo Gabba Gabba. There was this one episode I had the song. It's fun to run, and my nephew loved Yo Gabba Gabba. So when we were crossing the street, even if he was distracted doing something else, he loved that song too. So we would sing that song and run around the living room. And then when we were playing, but then when we were out in public, when we were out walking the street and stuff, we're walking down the street and I'm holding his hand and I want him to kind of hurry across the street because he's walking slow. And I'd say, hey, Max, let's run. It's fun. And then he would like perk up and start running. And his little feet would kick and he'd go, oh, yeah, let's run. It's fun. I'm not telling him to hurry up. I'm not telling him to do nothing. I'm just singing, it's fun to run. And he was like, oh, yep, that's right. What do we do when it's time to run? Or when the running song plays, we run because it's fun. And so I'm turning it into something fun. Anyway, let's get back to this shit. excerpted from the para method. So imagine for a moment, let's see what this areas thing is. Imagine for a moment the perfect organization system, a system that told you exactly where to put every piece of information in your digital life, every document, file, note, agenda, outline, and bit of research, and exactly where to find it when you needed it. Such a system would need to be incredibly easy to set up and even easier to maintain. After all, only the simplest, most frictionless habits endure long term. It would need to be both flexible, adapting to your needs in different seasons of your life, and comprehensive, so you can use it in every one of the many places where you store information. For example, the documents folder on your computer, a cloud storage platform, or a digital note taking app. Oh, wait, I think I need to catch up a little bit. Actually, going to meet Alex Winters and Jason Patrick this weekend from Lost Boys. Oh, kick ass, dude. Have fun with that. Like legit, have a blast, dude. And I hope that goes well. I haven't seen the Lost Boys in years. Aw, thanks, off. Cleaning up is not a game. You can turn it into a game. I like to sweep floors. You were tricked. I like to kill fruit flies. I like to make mess. The yin to my yan. Yo Gabba Gabba was odd at times. There is a party in my tummy, so yummy song is Don't Bite Your Friends. Yeah, see, it was teaching kids good lessons. There's some kids that are fucking biters, bro. If you can dodge a car, you can dodge a wrench. As a vampire, Don't Bite Your Friends was lost on me. I like raw garlic. Plus, it would be handy when Alzheimer's kicks in. All right, so I'm all caught up here. Let me see here. For example, documents folder on your computer. Most of all, the ideal organization system would be one that leads directly to tangible benefits in your career and life. It would dramatically accelerate you toward completing the projects and achieving the goals that are most important to you. In other words, the ultimate system for organizing your life is one that is actionable instead of, it's a little crooked, it's better. Instead of putting more obstacles in your path, postponing the actions that will make a difference, it will pull those actions closer and make them easier to start and finish. And more than a decade of personal experimentation, teaching thousands of students and coaching world-class professionals, I've developed such a system. It's being used today by elementary school children all the way to multinational corporations and everyone in between. You hear that, Angelus? If you can't get with this system, then you are not as smart as an elementary school children. Ha, 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 ha. Some bitch with your excuses. You think you're not, you think little elementary school kids is smarter than you, Angelus? It's called para. A simple, comprehensive, yet flexible system for organizing any type of information across any digital platform. Whether you want to save excerpts from a book you're reading, a voice memo about an interesting new idea, inspiring quotes from a podcast interview, web bookmarks with useful online resources, notes from important meetings or phone calls at work, photos that remind you of cherished memories, or your own personal journal entries, this system will equip you with a set of tools for preserving any information far into the future. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a sentence. Is it right? It's all this. Whether you want to, chameleon. That's a run on, but I'll let it pass in this case. And not only preserving it, but skillfully using it to achieve, because he's just giving a bunch of examples. Yeah, it's fine. It gets long. And to only preserving it, and not only preserving it, sorry, but skillfully using it to achieve anything you set your mind to. Anything? If you live forever, then you really need a system to keep track of info. That's true. Don't sing that song. Why not? Dang commas. Dang commas.
are you heading this late at night?
I was on my way to a lecture about alcohol and its effects on the human body and smoking and staying out late at night.
Who gives a lecture about that this late at night?
My wife.
Oh my god, let me see. I'm a vampire. I don't need to be smart. That's the most backwards ass thing I've ever heard. I live forever. That doesn't matter. Off is fucking laughing his ass off. Now who's a smart one? Clearly not you. You just said you don't need to be. Majin Buu, we love you. There's an acronym for anything stupid. Get your sheet together. Hey Lamar. Hey, how you doing, Hetty? It's good to see you, beautiful. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Wait, if you live forever, then you really need a system to keep track of info. Yeah, especially if you're not smart. And if you know it. I don't know what Kai's subject is. We're talking about organizing your digital information. Fuck. Method says we can organize our digital lives into 4 simple categories. You have projects, paras, simple observation. It's called para, the simple, comprehensive, yet flexible system analyzing any type of information across any digital platform. Boom, there we go. And it's used by elementary school children, which apparently Angelus thinks outdo him in an intellectual capacity. Fascinating. Fascinating. I don't know what kinds of. Oh yeah. Loving would be easy if you coveted like my love. Honestly, that was genius. Thank you. I'm not sure what I did, but thank you. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Who wants to live forever? I stayed up for this. I love you. You're so poetic on the subject. Okay, so let's move. Let's keep going. It's called para, simple, comprehensive, yet flexible system organizing. Okay, so whether we have to save excerpts from a book you're reading. Oh, this is the long paragraph I read with a run-on. Para is based on simple observation. There are only 4 categories that encompass all information in your life: projects, areas, resources, and archives. You have projects you're actively working on, short-term efforts, whether in your work or personal life, that you take on with a certain goal in mind. For example, complete web page design, buy a new computer, write research report, renovate the bathroom, finish Spanish language course, set up new living room furniture. You have areas of responsibility, important parts of your work and life that require ongoing attention more broadly. These might include work responsibilities such as marketing, human resources, product management, research and development, direct reports, or software development. Personal responsibilities such as health, finances, kids, writing, car, or home. Responsibility. Okay. And then you have resources on a range of topics you're interested in and learning about, such as graphic design, or organic gardening, web design, Japanese cuisine, photography, marketing assets. Finally, you have archives. Okay, so this is archives. Stop it. This is archives. This is resources. This says areas of responsibility. Oh, areas. The other one is called areas. Lame. They should have called it responsibility. Areas. Responsibilities. Why the fuck would you call it areas? That makes it sound like it's a pictures folder. Oh, this is just where you put all your pictures of places and shit that you've eaten. Fuck off. What? Culture Club. Was that a movie? Okay, next time. Shh. That's when you're doing too much. Dropbox and Google Drive. So it all vanishes when the EMP hit. Dang GoldenEye. That's why you gotta save local copies. You gotta save local copies. Those tools are useful, but save local copies. So areas, that's what areas stands for. Finally, you have archives, which include anything from the previous 3 categories that is no longer active, but you might want to save for future reference projects. you've completed or put on hold, areas that are no longer active or relevant, resources that you no longer interested in. And that's it. 4 top-level folders, projects, areas, resources, and archives, each containing subfolders dedicated to each specific project, area of responsibility, resource, and archive in your life. Most of us first learned how to organize information in school. This makes zero sense in your post-academic career. It may be difficult to believe that a complex modern human life like yours can be reduced to just 4 categories. It may feel like you have far more to deal with than can fit into a simple system, but that is exactly the point. If your organizational system is as complex as your life, then the demands of maintaining it will end up robbing you of the time and energy you need to live that life. Most of us first learned how to organize information in school. We were taught to categorize our class notes, handouts, and study material by academic subject, such as math, history, or chemistry. Without realizing it, we took that same approach into adulthood. We continue to categorize our documents and files according to incredibly broad subjects like marketing, psychology, business, or ideas. This makes zero sense in your post-academic career. In the workplace, there are no classes, no tests, no grades, no diplomas. There's no teacher to tell you to write down what to write down for the final exam, because there isn't one. What you do have, both at work and in life, are outcomes you are trying to achieve. You are trying to launch a new product, come to a crucial decision, or reach a quarterly sales number. You are doing your best to plan a fun family vacation, publish a new piece of personal writing, or find affordable daycare in your neighborhood. In the midst of your busy day, as you are trying to make these things happen, you absolutely do not have time to go rummaging through a vast category like psychology to find the article you saved 6 months ago. Instead of organizing information according to broad subjects like in school, I advise you to organize it according to the projects and goals you are committed to right now. So, different way of thinking of our goals and our organization and stuff. You're doing too much, Dropbox. Hold on. Good evening. Hey, Tina. How you doing, Tina Bojan? Tina Bojan. What's shaking bacon? Good evening, Dwayne Erickson. To you all in the great Kai. Much love from Iowa, Rita, and myself. Mwah! It's so nice to see you. Our love to Rita, please. Could you survive without electronics? I'm pretty sure I could. Kai, and Rita's here herself. Rita! Oh, man. Come give her a hug. It's so nice to see you, Rita. It's so nice to see you. I was thinking about you recently. I hope everything's good. I haven't seen you guys around in a minute. I used to get regular updates on your life because you guys were in here talking about like, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're fixing up this shit here. We're engaged, etc. Actually, no, that came later during the quiet period, which persists until tonight at least. I just haven't I haven't heard from you guys as much. So like, what's going on? How is life? How are the kids doing, etc. So that might seem obvious, yet I have found it is exactly the opposite of what most people do. Most people tend to spread out all the relevant material they need to make progress in a dozen different places, which means they have to spend half an hour to locate them before they can even get started. How do you make sure that all that material related to each project or goal is all in one place? You organize it that way in the first place. That way, you know exactly where to put everything and exactly where to find it. Your goals are that much closer to being achieved when all the information you need to execute your vision is right at hand. Let's find out what you're capable of achieving when the obstacles to that vision disappear. That's true. That's why I used to set myself up to work on something the night before. And then that next day, I would wake up and everything was ready to go. I could just start working. So whatever I'm working on the day before, I would set up the night. Whatever I'm working on any particular day, I would set up the night before. Rita is crying with happiness. But why? I didn't mean to, but I'm not. What? It's not like I've been away. Well, I'm glad. It's nice to have you back, Rita. I'm sorry that you're crying. I didn't think I'd hit you that hard with the hugs and stuff and the hello. I have missed you guys. But yeah, it's been a while, you guys, it's been a minute since I've really seen you guys. You used to be here regularly. Oh, the big hug. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So that delivered. Okay. Well, um, it's nice. It's really nice to have you, Rita. I was thinking about you recently, so welcome back. Okay. Next up is a little bit of physics. Since I imagine Rita might need a minute. What in the shit is this? That's better. Okay. So, you guys heard of this here room temperature superconductor LK99? You guys heard about that? Yes, I'm here too. I keep waking up thinking about you. We've been so busy and I never know when you're going to be on. What do you mean you never know? I'm on the schedule. Mondays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. It's been like that for a while now, for like a year maybe. I don't know, but Mondays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. I also kind of randomly do gaming streams. Like you see the link down here. I also do gaming streams. I did one yesterday. So those are a little more kind of whenever. And I'm also going to be starting up something new soon. You guys will all, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm trying to bring people together, to play some games. So I'm doing that soon. I think I figured out how I'm going to organize it. That is also going to be, a regular schedule. So, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to spread it out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to be inviting guests for that shit too. I'll be inviting guests. It's going to be fun. And oh man, I'm stoked. I'm stoked for that shit. All right. Sorry, I'm packing up a little bowlie here. I think I want to grab a cookie. Even though it'll draw me out a little bit. I think I want to grab a cookie. Smoke at a bowl. But you keep waking up thinking about me. You know what that means? You need to hang out more. You need to be here with us. I don't know what's going on in your life, but there's definitely not enough Kai in it. Hold on, let me fix that. Okay, is that like cold fusion? Essentially, yeah. Fortilabs/blog/para. What is this? What's this? Para method, the simple system for organizing your digital life in seconds. Project area resource archive. I think they went with area instead of responsibility because responsibility sounds daunting to some people, and also otherwise the acronym would have been PURA. PURA. It's the PURA method. PURA. Para is easier. There's two vowels in that one. Responsibility would have been or PAR. It's the PAR method, invented by a pirate for organizing ye digital files. So 10 p.m. more like 1 a.m. Kronos, Kai, do you need a trapper keeper? Ooh, those things are dope. I should bring them back. Yeah, midnight here. Dang druggies. Oh, well, okay. 10 p.m. Pacific. 10 p.m. Y'all motherfuckers know. 10 p.m. Pacific. For sure, not enough Kai fusion here. Oh, man. Imagine if I could fuse with myself. That'd be like doing a square, like 10 times 10, but or 10 squared is like 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Dope. All right, so let's look at this here fusion talk. Let's see what this is all about. The para method says, sorry, physics world. LK99 hope is a very specific impurity. Oh, LK99 hope is a very specific impurity unique to the Korean samples. Physics world reports that LK99 produced by the descriptions in the original papers are not superconducting and not room temperature superconducting. A deep investigation of the original samples is needed to confirm any hints of superconducting observations, and then to find any specific impurity that is unique to the Korean samples. The original LK99 Korean samples need detailed analysis. We do not know the specifics of the original samples. The replications fail because they do not know enough about what is happening to correctly describe what it is and what they did. Above, a mystery in 3 colors, a photo of the final product in the Princeton team's synthesis. The pinkish shards are a combination of a translucent orange phase mixed with a white transparent phase. The metallic pieces are a third phase, and likely what gives other reported samples the overall gray color when ground together. Okay, so let's see what he's talking about. Is gray and okay. Bernavig and his Princeton colleague Leslie Shoup, together with collaborators. The hell? 2 a.m. here. Hey, Demajanai, bro, you are up late. Good to see ya, man. How you doing? Hey, old chat, he says. Funny, for the one who is gonna toke. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I got my bowl ready. You know what? You know what we do need? In celebration of Demajanai being here. And we are over an hour in, so it's time, y'all. LK99, yes, sir, that's what we're talking about. Anyone a physicist here? Yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into the physics stuff. I'm going to read a little bit about this because then the second LK article is LK99 isn't a superconductor, how science sleuths solved the mystery. So I'm going, okay, so what's before I want to just hit it with the, oh, this shit is fake. I'm going to see what's going on from the perspective of people who are like, no, it's superconducting. We're superconducting shit over here all the time. We're superconducting the shit out of everything. Well, then, okay, let's see. Let's find out. I'm gonna give this one a shot. I'm gonna give this one a read, and then we're gonna read the I Call BS article. So let me hop back to this one. But first, y'all, toke it up, grab a cookie, do what you gotta do, and enjoy this sick beat. Brought to you by Walmart.
Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Tennis ball throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
Ooh-wee. It got me. I need a cookie to recover from that. Oh, I say had it on screen. Hold on. Where's the new spot? It's right here, huh? It's right here. This is the new cookie spot. All right. Let me put some kind of marker here so I know where it's at. Let's pull cookies off the screen here. Mm-hmm.
Cookies? Yes, me accept. Me click yes, cookies. Where cookies? Cookies, cookies, no cookies. What is real? Me trust nothing.
Hell yeah, cookie time. Mm-hmm. R.I.P. tennis ball kid with cancer. I bet you that's John La Jolla's nephew or some shit. That's funny though. How old that video is. I wonder if you bring it up, if he remembers, like, what are you talking about? You know, tennis balls up against what? Oh my god, dude, that was like from college. How do you know about that? Oh my god, I was thinking about tennis balls just yesterday. See, the universe was telling you, Rita. The universe was telling you you need to come back. You need to say hi. For us, lower right-hand corner. Prices skyrocketing every day. Inflation sucks. Keep voting the same way. I remember when you done that after being off it so long that you almost passed out. Oh yeah, dude. I want to look up that stream to watch it because I straight laid back in the chair like I just laid there a little bit trying to like because I couldn't function. I was like I had taken a month off. Oh my god. That was a hit. That was ridiculous. I was thinking it too. I was like, oh, man, I shouldn't have done this while I'm streaming. I made hamburger buns tonight. Not cookies, but still delicious. Nice. All right, I'm hitting the road. Take care, Kai and chat. All right, Angelus, you be safe out there, buddy. I made garlic bread the other day. Nice. Oh my god. Okay, let's look more about this room temperature superconductor. After synthesizing their own samples, the team performed an X-ray diffraction measurement. The best crystals of the batch. This crystal turned out to contain at least 3 different components. The recipe is simple, but it does not result in a single-phase material. Sample consists of multiple materials, as LK99 seems to. It's difficult to get the exact same results in different labs. That makes sense. Calculations by the same team, because then you got different amounts of different things that need to come together in the right way. And so then you need to figure that out before you can start replicating it. Garlic bread. Draven would probably not like to hear that. X-rated what measurement? Let me see, where am I? Calculations by the same team showed that copper atoms are unlikely to enter the structure of the LK99's precursors in concentrations high enough to affect its properties. This suggests that the Korean team's explanation for superconductivity is correct. It also cast doubt on the material's proposed structure, with consequences for theorists as well as experimentalists. If the structure of LK99 is different from the assumed ones, then we currently cannot make any reliable claims about the superconductivity. Ross Coleman is slightly optimistic. There remains a spark of hope that the observations of superconductivity are still real, if related to a very specific impurity in the Korean samples, he says. I'm throwing the accent in there for fun. But tracking down the truth of the observations may be a very difficult process. Experimental reproduction of the properties is impossible. If only a single grain in a milligram batch shows the properties that you are interested in. Well, that guy is really smart for that accent he's got. That was a short article. Lucky, because I did not see how long it was. Okay, now let's see the other side. LK99 isn't a superconductor. Some science sleuths think they've gotten to the bottom of this shit. I made wheat and white bread plus noodles. Never made noodles. Just buy them. LK99 isn't a superconductor. How science sleuths solve the mystery. I feel like they did the 3 S's here on purpose. Replications piece together the puzzle of why the material displayed superconducting-like behaviors. It's not superconducting, it's superconducting adjacent, brah. So researchers seem to have solved the puzzle of LK99. Scientific detective work has unearthed evidence that the material is not a superconductor and clarified its actual properties. The conclusion dashes hopes that LK99, a compound of copper, lead, phosphorus, and oxygen, marked the discovery of the first superconductor that works at room temperature and ambient pressure. Instead, that's a little too slow, that pacing. The Zap Brannigan pacing is a little slow. Instead, studies have shown that impurities in the material, in particular copper sulfide, were responsible for the sharp drops in electrical resistivity and partial levitation over a magnet, which looked similar to properties exhibited by superconductors. It's an infinity stone that is broken? Oh man, Kronos, Dwayne makes the best homemade noodles ever. He makes them almost every night. Oh, damn. Sounds like work. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, bro. I think things are pretty decisively settled at this point, says Inavishik. A condensed matter experimentalist at the University of California, Davis. That's so specific. That's so specific. How hard is it to find a job if this one fucking dumps out on her? Egg, flour, water, oil. Kronos, all it takes is 2 eggs, a half teaspoon salt, a quarter cup milk, 2 cups of flour. Bro, did you not hear this part? All it takes is work. Paramagnetic mixing. Oh, milk? I forgot salt. Egg, flour, water, oil. Fuck off, mate. All right. The LK99 saga began in late July when a team led by Sukbei Lee That's not how you pronounce her name, is it? Sukbei Lee and Ji-Hoon Kim at the Quantum Energy Research Center, a startup firm in Seoul, published preprints claiming that LK99 is a superconductor at normal pressure and temperatures up to at least 127 degrees Celsius. That's 400 Kelvin for those of us who are more familiar with Kelvin. Fuck off. I'm too lazy. Yeah, I hear you there. All previously confirmed superconductors function only at extreme temperatures and pressures. The extraordinary claim quickly grabbed the attention of the science-interested public and researchers, some of whom tried to replicate LK99, did not see signs of it, etc. Now, dozens of replication efforts. Many experts are confidently saying that evidence shows LK99 is not a room temperature superconductor. Accumulating evidence. The South Korean team, so this is all in case anyone out there has seen this room temperature superconductor stuff and been wondering, like, oh, is this really just like what's the deal here? It looks like maybe they got close, but not quite. Close, but no cigar. What game is that from? Who out there can name the game that I just quoted? Close, but no cigar. There's a character that says that. It's their line. It's one of their lines that they throw out there. Let me know what game without looking it up. What game is that? I'm also very cheap. Accumulating evidence. Okay, the South Korean team bases claim on 2 of LK99's properties: levitation above a magnet and abrupt drops in resistivity. But separate teams in Beijing at Peking University and the Chinese Academy of Sciences found mundane explanations for these phenomena. Oh, so the Chinese are here to explain why. Oh, this isn't a superconductor. No, fuck this shit. You guys don't need this. This is a scam. Also very cheap. What's room temperature? It depends on the room. I like a room cold, 55 Fahrenheit. Okay. Another study by U.S. and European researchers combined experimental and theoretical evidence to demonstrate how LK99 structure made superconductivity infeasible. The other experimenters synthesized and studied pure samples of LK99's, raising doubts about the material's structure and confirming that it is not a superconductor but an insulator. Okay, so now we got some more trustworthy scientists on the case, and they agree with the Chinese guys. Reminds me, Babbage says, reminds me of that movie that debunked cold fusion with Val Kilmer. Maybe 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the point is that it can perform at any temperature. It can perform at regular temperatures that people exist in. You know, not like hyper pressurized, hyper cold, etc. We work something out with Kronos. Noodles are very lightweight. I don't have to heat. I don't have to chill. Yeah, Kronos, yo, what if Rita and Dwayne can just make noodles and sell it to you, and you just send them a few shekels for it, you know, to cover the shipping and the materials and the cooking and the vit and stuff. Send them a few shekels. They'll send you homemade noodles, bro. Homemade noodles. Yo, Dimajna, you want some homemade noodles? Rita's offering them up right now. I've seen them make them on TV. Yeah. And that's about as close as you're gonna get to making them, huh? All right, back to the superconductor. So the only further confirmation will come from the Korean team sharing their samples, says Michael Führer, a physicist at Monash University in Melbourne, Australia. The burden's on them to convince everybody else, he says. Perhaps the most striking evidence of LK99 superconductivity was video taken by the Korean team that showed a coin-shaped sample of silvery material wobbling over a magnet. The team said the sample was levitating because of the Meissner effect, a hallmark of superconductivity in which a material expels magnetic fields. Multiple unverified videos of LK99 levitating subsequently circulated on social media, but none of the researchers who initially tried to replicate the findings observed any levitation. Half-baked levitation. Okay, they're coming at this shit hard. Impure samples. How long is this? Crystal clear. Lessons learned. Okay. Let's go to lessons learned. Many researchers are reflecting on what they've learned from the summer superconductivity sensation. Summer superconductivity sensation. For Leslie Shoup, a solid-state chemist at Princeton University in New Jersey, who co-authored the flat bands study. The lesson about premature calculations is clear. Yeah, you know how many guys out there have trouble with premature calculations. Even before LK99, I've been giving talks about how you need to be careful with DFT. And now I have the best story ever for my next summer school, she says. Jane points to the importance of old, often overlooked data, the crucial measurements that he relied on for resistivity of Cu2S were published in 1951. While some commentators have pointed the LK99 saga as a model for reproducibility in science, others say that it's an unusually swift resolution of a high-profile puzzle. Often these things die this very slow death, where it's just the rumors and nobody can reproduce it. When copper oxide superconductors were discovered in 1986, researchers leapt to probe their properties, but nearly 4 decades later, there is still debate over the material's superconducting mechanism. Efforts to explain, says, where are the quotes? Where are the quotes? Efforts to explain LK99 came readily. The detective work, see, there's quotes on this motherfucker. The detective work that wraps up all of the pieces of the original observation. I think that's really fantastic, she says. And it's relatively rare. So that was a very long article. We skipped a lot of the meat. There's a lot of physics talk. And we mostly just want to keep up with what's going on. Unless you guys want to dive deep into that one, then I can read a little more about what was happening. It looks like it was a superconductivity issue. They found the hole with the superconductivity. It was something that was proved in 1951, etc. It gave us some context. There's no cold fusion or room temperature superconductor. Dwayne cuts them by hand, and they are the best ever. Rita, if you make something repeatedly, you can get good at it. Yeah, Rita, why don't you, if they're that good, why don't you sell them online? Why don't you sell them at a farmer's market? Make a bunch of them, zip them up in bags. I have a sealer thing, a thing for sealing like plastic bags and stuff. I can send it to you if you want. If that's what you're like, well, we have to buy one of those. Those cost however much money. I'll just send you the one I've got. You can use that. And then you can start packing up noodles and mailing them out. Authentic. Where are you guys at again? Tennessee? No. Ohio? Cleveland. Authentic Cleveland noodles. And then you can buy in bulk. Make it nice and cheap. Yeah, you should do that. Go to the farmer's market. And then if it does well, you can make a website and sell them online. Ship them to people. I can help with that part. Iowa. Authentic Iowa noodles. Hail, Devil Flyer Momentum. Good to see you, Iowa, dummy. I forgot. My bad. All right. I have another physics article. But after that one that we just read. Oh, this one's short. This one's short. But we just did that, We just did some physics. So I could read this other way more ordinary, relatable article. It's up to you guys. Let me put a little poll out there. Let's do some more science. And give me something grounded. Okay. Ask your community. There you go, ladies and gents. There be a poll in the chat. I think. I don't see it. There it is. There it is. Oh, yeah. Cheap, easy energy I call the altitude battery. Negative is a spike in ground. Positive is an insulated wire with the lead at the top of tower. Cheap, easy energy called the altitude. Negative is a spike in ground. Positive is insulated wire at the with lead at the top of a tower. So at the top of a tower, you put lead. You put a lead tipped thing that connects to a wire that connects to a spike in the ground. It's just like stuck in the dirt, right? Is that how you gather energy from the air, like ambient energy? Is that how it's done, Elroy? Oh, by the way, Elroy Shredding. How's it going, man? Dwayne. You don't need to get mad at him for calling me a dummy, because he always says greetings from Iowa. So like, it just hasn't stuck in my head. Always ground your lightning rods. I don't like getting hit with lightning without being grounded. It's just good to be grounded in general. Oh my god. I see the poll going a certain way. I want to see details. 4 votes. 5 votes. That swung things a little bit. 1 more vote. Hey, Aiken, how you doing? Need a key on a wire with a kite. That's funny. I'm watching this. Come on, y'all. We got 15 people watching the show. Let's get some votes in here. If we're talking a little more science, or we're getting relatable with the next article. Getting a little more relatable. Pull this one over here. Something very everyday, something we all got to deal with. Isn't Iowa one of those middle states that no one can remember unless you live there? Hey, guy. How you doing, Aiken? I like flyover states. I like flyover states. I don't know why my instinct was to read that like a Valley girl. I like flyover states. They're like so retro, you know? They're like stuck in the past. So charming, you know? It doesn't see that kind of talking just makes you want to.
You win. Perfect.
I ate the rest of that cookie. It's gone. Valley Girl Kai. What's up, Zoro? What's up, buddy? You wake up without snuggles? And you groan and complain? Blame me? Come here. Come here, bud. Whoops. Sorry. There we go. They've both been napping. Whoops. Okay. But I guess Zoro doesn't want to hang out up here. Zoro's being picky. What? I'm over here doing a thing, bro. Oh, really? Here's Zoro. You want she wants snuggles. She wants love. But she wants it on her terms. She's like, no, I want to lay here and you pet me. No, I want to lay there and you pet me. See, look, she's feeling all snuggly again. Now, okay, now she's making bread on the blanket there, so she should be okay. Quaint, says Aiken. That's just wrong. Gago had the kick. Dog, perfect. Cats are jerks and dogs are derps. Kai from the valley. Slay, bitch. Rita says, and yeah, Kai, if you really have a thing to seal bags, we definitely try it. We've just been putting the noodles in Ziploc gallon bags and freezing them. Why freeze them? Do they go bad at some point? Are you not using gloves when you cook them up and stuff? Are you contaminating the food with your germs, with your germy hands? Ziplocs are a good idea for the bag sealers. You'd have to get the things, the bags for that, and then I don't know how that shit works, honestly. Ziploc bags is probably that's a good idea. I actually, it's probably a good idea. But like if you're willing to mail them out and stuff, you kind of need something, some level of professional, look. But if you're going to the farmers market, have you been going to the farmers market? That'd be really cool. There are vacuum bag machines. I think that's what I have. I need to go look. I need to see what it is. It was a come up, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. Yep, vacuum bagging machine. Yeah, why freeze them? Just throw that in a garbage pasta. Just throw that in the garbage. Pasta is very bad for you. But what? Who gives a shit? Pasta's delicious. I'm afraid if I vacuum seal them, they will be crushed. They have been around for decades. How will they be crushed? They're noodles. Are they hard? Well, I mean, however you still, I mean, I don't know what you want to, it's something we could talk about later, I guess. But if it's something you guys want to do, I would definitely start with farmers markets, though. Hit up a farmers market and see how people like it. Be like, hey, if this is our first time here, we got these noodles. We're doing a special. Try to take a couple home, try them out this week. Come back next week if it's a weekly farmers market. Come back next week and let us know what you thought. And then when people come back, then it's like free advertising. The people come by, they're like, "Oh my God, your noodles are just delicious. I love blah 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 blah," running their fucking mouths. And then the people nearby are like, "Babe, did you hear about those fucking noodles?" Everyone hears that bitch talking about the noodles. Yeah, we're getting some of those noodles. I've been around for decades. And if people love it and they come back all the time for noodles, then you've got a business on your hands. I've never used one. And if you need someone else to help you make noodles, you teach them how to do it. You say, "This is how we make noodles. I'll pay you this much per hour to make noodles. Make as many. You need to make at least this much noodles." They've been around for decades. Never used one. Depends on the type of noodle. Perhaps drying them would be best. No, we don't contaminate anything. We don't sell them. We just give them to our kids and their friends whenever they come over. When they come over, oh, okay, that's cool. That makes sense. Yeah, putting them in a bag. The mouth orgasm is the cause of the obesity. Yeah, that's definitely the cause.
Cookies? Yes, me accept. Me click yes, cookies. Where cookies? Cookies, cookies. No cookies. What is real? Me trust nothing.
We do dry them, says Rita. Okay, so like, anyway, if they're really good, if they're legit really good noodles, sell them. Give it a shot. Maybe ye suffering without need. If you can do something for people, that's how I've ended up doing a number of the things that I do and offering services that I offer, is because I can do it. People need it. I go, "Hey, I'm looking for work. I can do this stuff." They go, "Oh, I don't need any of that stuff, but can you do this?" What do you explain? What do you need exactly? And they explain to me. I go, "Yeah, I can do that. I haven't done this before, but I've done these things. I know how that works, etc. I can figure that out. I can do that for this much. And then turns out I can do that. I was right. Called it. Lack of exercise is the cause. Also, the stuff that's in our food. Because even when you're trying to eat well, you tend to eat shit that's just not good for you. Even if, and then it forces you to buy expensive food or make concessions. Oh shit, we're 9 votes in. And the poll has swung the other way with 56% on one side and 44% on the other. Anyone else out there who wants to contribute to this? We're 9 votes in. I'm going to give it a second more. I'm going to give it a few more. See where it goes. Elroy. The cause is the devil. Hiss. Oh, shit. It looks like this might be the article. The voting is rigged. Hey, Chuck Grassley is rep for Iowa, and it is future birthplace of James T. Kirk. What? Chuck Grassley is a rep for Iowa, and it is the future birthplace of... What are you talking about? Iowa? Oh, you talking about Iowa? Who's Chuck Grassley? I don't know who that is. But James T. Kirk being born in Iowa, it's a solid point. It's a solid point there. It's hard to argue against that one. You know why? Because you can't. Italian and French flour doesn't get a reaction for celiac and girlfriend people. I don't know what GF stands for besides girlfriend. Australian flour does. I'd love to know the difference. It is curious. We just never thought anyone would be interested in buying Dwayne's noodles since you can just buy noodles at the store in boxes. Yeah, but like farmers markets, people who go to farmers markets are a very specific kind of people. And when you're like, yo, we made this shit ourselves, it's super bomb. A lot of times those people appreciate that difference. Even if they might buy noodles at the store because there isn't another option, because there isn't someone making it. Look at sriracha sauce. There was that story recently about sriracha sauce that the dude who made sriracha sauce was from, I think, Japan, or he was from Asia somewhere, and he came out here and he realized that like a nice spicy sauce, like in the style that his is made. I don't remember the details exactly. I could pull it up if you guys want. I could read that article instead. But it turned into an empire. He has a sriracha sauce empire. He got sriracha sauce for days. He used local stuff, but like he mixed his recipe, and we now have sriracha sauce. And so that was just a thing that he was like, hey, this isn't a thing that people like have out here. It's a thing that we do out there. And so some people might appreciate homemade noodles, especially if you can tell the flavor's better, people are going to be about it. You could accumulate reviews. I could help you with all that stuff once you get to that point. If you go to the farmer's market a few times and people are like, yo, yeah, give me those noodles, you might have to up the price to meet the demand in the whatever. But like, if you're seeing success there, that means that it has legs. That means that you're producing something of enough quality that you can sell it as a product. Yeah, most politicians are useless. Good homemade noodles are awesome. Taste so much better. Yeah, see, there you go. Most people don't make noodles, don't know how to make noodles, etc. But they're like, homemade noodles. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm down for some homemade noodles. And then they'll try your homemade noodles and be about it. So even though you can buy shit at the store, it's always the same. Oh, hey, buddy. It's always the same factory made shit. You know what I mean? Replace pasta with cheese and meat. No, just mix it all together in a bowl. Why replace anything? I saw that on a show called Bizarre Foods. Yeah, Roy Schroeding, I don't do pasta anymore. Keto and carnivore. About the sriracha. What about the sriracha? Oh my god, yes, I do know the story about sriracha sauce. We always have sriracha sauce in the house. Excellent story. Yeah, I need to get some actually. I'm out of sriracha sauce. I'm out of sriracha sauce, huh? Huh, Sanji, I'm out of sriracha sauce. Yeah, see, unlike Zoro, you come up here where the snuggles are so I can pet you and love on you because you know I'm doing a thing. That's what's up. Is that how you say sriracha? I don't think anyone knows. Yeah, it's Sriracha. 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 I'm too lazy to get my bottle. Factory made with added soy flour. Def do story about the history of sriracha sauce. The vote is saying science. But I guess sriracha wasn't an option before. Chili and garlic sauce? What's wrong with that? Okay. Petting the kitty. I think it's a rooster because he's year of the cock or something. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so here's the sriracha sauce story. Here's the guy. Oops. Here's the guy. Trust the science. Year of the what? Year of the cock. So, who is David Tran, the saucy billionaire behind this cult chili sauce? Sriracha is a mainstay in many Australian households. Is it really? So, who's the refugee behind the billion-dollar condiment brand? That's key points. Fuck that. Let's read. Hot, rich, and saucy. One product has elevated David Tran as arguably the world's spiciest billionaire. Sriracha is widely known around the globe as a cult condiment. No, stay away from the water. As a cult condiment that's been a mainstay in households for decades, but very few know about how the Vietnamese refugee who brought the sauce to their dinner tables. Sorry, that was rough right there. Oh wait, look at the sauces. Never mind. This is why I'm hot. Mr. Tran, 77, is the sole owner of Huy Fong, his business that he named after the ship on which he traveled to flee Vietnam. He described sriracha there. Okay, so he's Vietnamese. There it goes. He described sriracha as a rich man's sauce with a poor man's price, and now he's become one himself. I don't think that sentence came out as well as the author thought, but it was a nice attempt. So how did he do it? From refugee to riches. From a Chinese background, Mr. Tran was born in Vietnam, where he was eventually drafted into the Vietnam War. In 1970, as a cook for 5 years, his family vision to turn chili into sauce was cut short when the communist Vietnamese government cracked down against ethnic Chinese people in 1978. He later fled the country in December 1978 with more than 3,000 refugees in a freighter called Huy Fong. Rooster / cock. I keep falling for those YouTube vids scientists are terrified of. That's fucking funny. Do want to live like a refugee. It is the best feel-good story ever. Oh, wow. I thought it was South American. Dwayne from Melbourne, Victoria, currently Ipswich, Queensland. He had a factory near Los Angeles. Hard work for 50 years. That stuff is not cheap for a poor man. Overnight success. Sarachi. Okay, he later fled the country. The vessel transported him to start a new life would become the namesake of the company he founded, Hui Feng, paired with his Chinese astrological sign, the rooster. Ah, see, I told you it was an astrology thing. After spending 6 months in a Hong Kong refugee camp, he was granted asylum in the United States in Boston, Massachusetts, before settling in Los Angeles. Yeah, look at that cock sauce. Fuck yeah. I landed in LA the first week of January in 1980. Mr. Tran told the New York Times, by February, I was making sauce. By February, I was making sauce. First week of January 1980 by February. Dang, so less than a month. By February. So before sriracha became a household staple, Mr. Tran and his family jumped on bicycles and delivered their first sauce bottles packaged in recycled baby food jars to small shops and restaurants. I made this sauce for the Asian community, he said. I knew after the Vietnamese resettled here that they would want their hot sauce for their pho, but I wanted something that I could sell to more than just Vietnamese. What's in the sauce? Chili peppers, a bunch of garlic, some sugar and salt along with distilled vinegar, whacked into a plastic bottle, topped off with a green squeeze lid and set at a relatively affordable price. But despite roaring demand and an appetite to make profit, Mr. Tran told publication Vice Munchies that he had never once raised the wholesale price of sriracha. Never once. This fucking guy. His premise was always to make a rich man's sauce at a poor man's price. The origins of the sauce can be tracked back some decades earlier in 1949 to... Stop it. Okay, you're fine. To a woman... She's fucking around with the mic. Hold on. Let me make sure everything's good. Yeah, everything's good. Fuck. There we go. Okay. Yo, you're making me nervous. You're fucking with my show a little bit here. I'm trying to... And you get... Obviously, I got some kind of little kitty fur because I feel a tickle. And I can't make it go away. It's stuck on my face. I see little kitty hairs float by sometimes. Hey. No. No. You hang out with Zorro on the couch. Anyway. The origins of the sauce can be tracked some decades earlier in 1949 to a woman who lived in a town in Thailand called Sriracha. No shit. She named the sauce after her hometown. Thai sriracha is known to be sweeter, thinner, and milder. I know it's not a Thai sriracha, Mr. Tran responded. It's my sriracha. So, sweeter, thinner, and milder. Nice. I like that it's spicy. So, yeah, it's spicier. Good. Hong Foods, or Hoi Fong Foods, is now valued at US $1 billion. Based on estimated sales of US 131 million, 199 million in 2020, according to Ibis World, there are 18,000 sriracha bottles being made every hour. The sauce is tattooed all over people's bodies. You can carry some in a key ring on the go. Yeah, that shit is dope. People embody the sauce in costumes. There are scores of Facebook fan pages. It's even made it to outer space. While production initially began from a small building in LA's Chinatown, Mr. Tran's company from LA's China. Okay, yeah, so it is in LA. Cool. But the article is being written from Australia. Mr. Tran's company eventually became a giant in its own right. No advertising and relying solely on word of mouth to become the third most popular hot sauce in the US. That's crazy. Whoops. So that's the sriracha sauce story. Need milk or dairy? Elroy is burning. I don't think this guy is taking the knee. My Sriracha should be a song that will burn like crazy. News alert. Cats have hairs. I know. If you are a bacteria that likes spicy stuff. I love spicy stuff. So I know bacteria can live in it? Garlic. Don't feed that to babies. Sriracha sauce is cheap sauce because it lasts very long. Why is that cheap? Overnight success. Colonel, that song is going to get stuck in my head. My Sriracha. I like Tabasco. Now, do Tabasco story to be fair and balanced. Fuck that. And Frank's Red Hot. All right, y'all. Let me see this story. Okay, let's do some more science. Wins at 60%. Son of a bitch, y'all motherfuckers like your science. Scientists vibrated a box of particles and they formed a strange new material. Oh, so amazing. Are you guys happy? Are you guys happy this is what you picked? Are you happy? Are you? Footage of thousands of tiny metal spheres set jiggling in a shallow tray has revealed an arrangement of particles once considered impossible. A team of physicists from the University of Paris Saclay in France has observed an unusual combination of order and chaos known as quasi-crystal, emerging spontaneously in a granular material on a millimeter scale for the first time. If there is beauty in order, crystals are the very manifestation of elegance and attraction. Quasi-crystals, on the other hand, are the awkward siblings scientists denied even existed for the longest time. Then, in the early 1980s, an analyst of an alloy of aluminum and manganese revealed the undeniable hallmarks of an ordered material that lacked the infinite periodic patterns of a crystal. It was a pseudo-crystal, a material that breaks the rules of symmetry thought to constrain the solidified arrangement of atoms as either crystals or jumbled messes. Since then, quasi-crystals have popped up in a variety of places, from the laboratory to the field to the heavens above. Though still far from common, it's a structure that isn't as forbidden as physicists once thought, forming spontaneously from particles on a variety of scales, including among objects easily arranged with a jiggle. This raises some interesting questions on the limits of particle size and conditions under which the right kinds of material might self-assemble into a quasi-crystal pattern. Starting with computer simulations, the researchers identified the relationship of sphere sizes and ratio of small to large particles, making up a mixture that could potentially fall into arrangements that reflect a long-range quasi-crystal symmetry. This was used, I'm going to skip right past that fucking diagram because I'm going to leave it on the screen for a second if y'all want to look at it, but okay. So it goes from this to that, I'm guessing. That was used as the basis of an experiment that combined 3,840 non-magnetic steel spheres of two different diameters, one just under 2.4 millimeters, the other half that size in a shallow container, set to vibrate at a rate of 120 times per second. There was little else to do but film the shaking using a setup that maps a 2D arrangement of particles. After a week of jostling, the researchers had a good measure of the appearance of small localized configurations of small and large metal beads, and the way these tiles repeated over time and across the container. An interesting picture seems to emerge, the researchers note in their report, which is currently on the preprint server rziv.com, awaiting peer review. Tiles of the desired shapes form very rapidly, probably as a consequence of their efficient local packing. However, global alignment requires much more collective arrangements that appear to be rare events. Finding quasi-crystals form in similar ways under both small atomic scale and more granular millimeter scale systems is something a team didn't expect. In fact, according to the study's senior author, theoretical physicist Giuseppe Foffi, the experiment all began as something of a wager. It's like in trading fucking places, like in the pardon me, Eddie Murphy movie, Jiggle Extols. Thanks, Kronos. Now I have to listen to Rita singing all night. Weird science. I like science. Vibrator jokes. Oh yeah, bring them on. Thanks, Kronos. Let me see. The jokes write themselves. Have fun, Dwayne. Tabasco is healthy. Only 3 ingredients: pepper, salt, and vinegar. You can get garlic in one version. If you talk to, I have some Tabasco. I ran out of sriracha. I want to get sriracha. If you talk nice to them and play music, they square dance or burn your brains out hot. I hated square dancing in school. Isn't that like the same thing as rock tumbler, rock lobster? That happens all the time in science. So let me see. Their unusual symmetry and quirky pattern over long distance quasi-crystals could have a variety of applications in insulation and electronics. They might not have all the perfect looks of a crystal, but the awkward sibling definitely has a charm all its own. The research was published on Arziv. All right. So there's your bloody science, ya filthy animals, ya barbarians. That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. You wanted that. You wanted that story. Ugh, I'm disgusted with ya. Symmetry and quirky. That happens all the time in science. Okay. I'm gonna... Yeah, let's just call it. Yeah, the next one's about rent being expensive. Price hikes and whatnot. You know what I mean? Price haiku. What happens all the time in space? That happens all the time in space. In science, sorry. Symmetry and quirky. Thank you, Kai. My pleasure, runs Phantoms. No, Kai, the article you read seems like an expensive rock tumbler experiment. It was. It essentially is. Essentially, it is. My pleasure runs with Phantoms. And you know what? For those that weren't here at the beginning, I'm gonna play the clip I opened with here for the end. I love this. This was too funny.
This is a square. Can you guess which spot that goes in?
The square.
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes. Okay.
And how about this rectangle? That one
Also the square.
that goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got this thin rectangle.
The thin
Can you guess
rectangle.
where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the square hole. And up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
the square hole. Now, we've also got this semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
The semicircle.
semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Okay. Up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Triangle.
That's right. The square hole. And up next, we have the arch.
The arch. The arch.
You guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole. This is a square. Can you guess which spot that goes
The
in?
square.
Oh my
That's right. It goes in
lord! I love that clip. That shit was too funny. Did you see her desperation as she couldn't believe that they all fit in the square hole? You'd think that she'd notice the pattern and just start saying, yeah, that one goes in the square hole. They all go in the square hole. But no, her dumbass kept hanging on. Oh, that was glorious. No, old man Kai. Well, I'm here now, you son of a bitch. Think of it as an encore. But just a regular core, because I wasn't on really before. B-52's Kronos, I'm old. Ha ha. You think you're old? That's hilarious. Right? Her face was great. She looked so sad. She just wanted to be so right. She's like, no, that's not the right hole. I bet you that's not the first time she said that. Beethoven. I remember that guy. I used to, when he would ask me if he heard someone correctly, he'd point and say a bunch of gibberish, because he's deaf. And I would just nod my head yes. And he'd smile and give me a wink, and I would do the same. It didn't matter what was going on. I just smiled and said yes. Whatever he said. And he'd point at somebody, I'd say, yup, and just nod my head. Dumb son of a bitch never caught on either. Huh? We can see her anxiety level rising. Yeah, it was great. She about to cry. It all goes into the hole, the black hole. I mean, I guess for her it's a white, well, it's all brown on the inside, isn't it? I'm guessing you're probably old too, Kronos. Better than being young in this day and age. If you ask me, it's always better, but I've been around forever. Spent more time old than young, so what you gonna do? Old man developed the word boulder dash. Older, yes. Old, not yet. That's the right attitude. It's all about what's in your heart. All right, I'm done for now. Nice seeing you, everybody. All right. But yeah, her like fucking losing it was so great. Triangle. The triangle. Oh my god. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn, yeah. I thought it was a town for some reason. Get off my Iowa lawn. Loan. Okay, that's why it didn't read right. Get off my lawn. Get off me lawn. You crazy children folk. Where are you from, Kronos? Oh shit. You banging? New York, New York. Or just regular New York. That's actually where the rent story was from. This guy's in New York, and his rent jumped from 193 to 3,500. 193 a month. Motherfucker was paying 193. Lucky son of a bitch. But jumping from that to 3,500, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. How is anyone supposed to adapt to that? NY, not the city. Okay, just regular NY. Get off my penguin. This is Elroy.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? What? You fucking cockfucker? What the fuck do you think you're doing? Sneezing. Fucking filthy, dirty, fucking cockfucker.
That's how you tell people to get off your lawn. That's what you do. Tell them like that and they'll understand. They go, oh, I don't think that guy wants me on his lawn. He called me a dirty, filthy cockfucker. That hurt. I'm not a dirty, filthy cockfucker. That was mean. Just because I was on his lawn. Who is a penguin? Who is a penguin? Share in New York. My late husband was born in Rochester. What the fuck? I meant where? Sneezing. That's some real cock sauce, cockfucker. I need a map. No way your takeaway was okay. It's no secret that living in New York is pretty penny. This guy, he ordered the rent history for his 2-bedroom apartment in the West Village. Oh, he ordered rent history. That's crazy. That's nuts, dude. In 1984, okay, I'm gonna check this. Hold on, before I call it a night. From the official rent history, Drake learns that in 1984, his West Village apartment was being rented out for $193. So that's what it was. But that wasn't even the craziest part. He says that guy lived here for 33 years and paid less than $200 a month in rent. Then finally, you get to 2018. The law changed. I think the guy probably died or moved out, and then our unit went to $3,500 a month, despite finding out that the last tenant paid more than $3,600 less than he does now. Paid more than $3,600 less. What? How does that work? 200, 3,500. That the math doesn't line up, but whatever. Drake. Oh, I see. He pays more than that, but it jumped to 3,500. Drake says that he believes that he still has a pretty good deal. I pay $38.47. He shares. I actually think that's a pretty good price. I don't think my landlord for a 2-bedroom. What the fuck? I don't think my landlord is actually screwing me, and especially for what it is in the market. But you know, I walk around New York and think about all the people that are still paying $200 a month on these units. It's insane. It's so inefficient. Like, good for them, but also, what about the rest of us? Okay, users had a lot to say in the comments. Some agree that Drake was getting a great deal given the current rent market in New York. Didn't everyone leave? What's the market like? Hey, there's a lot of demand. There's a line down the street for this apartment. I don't know if I can give it to you for less than $3,850. Really? Okay, yeah, sign right here. A 2-bedroom for $3,800. Holy hell, that's lucky. My 1-bed is more than that. What? Yeah, that's a super good deal. We pay $5,500 for our 2-bedroom in Stuytown. Where the fuck is Stuytown? Which is also rent controlled, but we just moved in. Shared another, bought their apartment, yada yada. One commenter claimed to be a New York City realtor also confirmed that under $4K for a 2-bedroom in WV is a great, great, great deal. Holy shit. How can you be a regular ass person living out there? How can you have a regular ass job? You have to have a career. You have to have some kind of tech job, right? Like, how? How are you paying for a 2-bedroom? So if you got a family, it's you and your wife, you got 2 kids in 1 bedroom, let's just say you got a couple of boys, you got them both in the bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment. You and your wife both working. Maybe, you'll be okay. One of you pays for the rent. The other one pays for everything else. Because, or you'd both have to pay for the rent if you both just have regular ass menial jobs. Unless maybe somebody's a server. As a server, you might do all right. You might make enough money as a server, like pulling in a few G's extra, that aren't all necessarily taxable. But although Drake admitted he had a good deal on his rent, his question about the rest of us when it came to rent control units rubbed a number of people the wrong way. They argue that he should direct his question to landlords setting high prices instead of tenants lucky enough to be in rent-controlled apartments. No way your takeaway was people shouldn't be paying this little after seeing this, said one person. How can you say, what about the rest of us? Literally, the people that pay that much were probably born and raised here. We're getting kicked out to make space for people relocating here. People are driving the market up so much it's unfathomable, argued another. The debate highlights a growing issue for nearly 2 million New York City residents who live or rent in rent-controlled apartments. They argue that incremental rent increases and guaranteed lease renewals have allowed them to raise families in a city with an unforgiving housing market. In fact, New York Times article calls the system one of the most important sources of lower-cost housing as the cost of living in New York continues to reach new heights, and it has helped retain the city's middle class. But recently, landlords have started to push back against the city's rent stabilization program, arguing that it makes these apartments too costly to renovate at the same time too cheap to rent. Too costly to renovate and too cheap to rent. Consequently, for the past 2 years in a row, the city has approved increasing rents on rent-controlled units. June 20 through 23, a panel approved increases for the second year in a row. Landlords are now allowed to increase the rents on 1-year leases by 3%, on 2-year leases by 2.75%. Oh, I see. And for the first year and 3.2% for the second year. Oh, damn. As one user in the comments pointed out to Drake, don't ask tenants, what about the rest of us? Because a few happen to pay a little. It's landlords how they charge so much when it isn't warranted. All right. So that was the last one. Guess we went over it anyway. Government controlled stuff. What could go wrong? My rents average around $500 a month. I have 8 units. Nice. That's awesome. My family drove, yeah, that's a good price. Like, legit, that's great. My family drove through there a few times. Not a fan of populated areas. I've never been there, Kronos, but it's nice from what you told me. Kai is not dead yet. Closing time. My house repayment, $33 a week. It has just gone up from 31. In the dangerous side, it must be cheaper. I wish I could print my own money. My units are 1 and 2 bedroom units. Oh, awesome. That's a great price. Yeah. Iowa, damn. Ah, the New York slimes. But that's not here in small town Iowa. My city has half the population of Des Moines. Don't make me have to pronounce Des Moines. JK. All right. All right, y'all. Time to call it a night. Da 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 da. Did I miss anything? I need to play something else. I need to play some more stuff. Let's do some. Let's do a clip that hasn't gotten enough love. Let's do this one here.
You ready? Yeah. He's about to start it. Oh, there it is! There it is! There it is! There it is! He's going and going. Energize the bunny. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. You got it. You got it. You got it. Oh, oh,
Dude, that fucking hit to the head had to be so hard. That had to hurt. That had to hurt so much. But I'm out of here, y'all. I've been swinging on this pole for too long.
Somebody come get her. She dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get her. She.
Forget the S. Des Moines is how you pronounce Des Moines. Clips that need whooping. What's with the freaking S? Good night. Burn der merge. Burn der merge. Yeah. Burn damage. Rolling, hit the head on the rail. Squirrel. Des Moines. Find more squirrel vids. Oh, don't die laughing. That shit was too funny. What's up, Sanji? What's up, buddy? All right. I don't know what you guys are so obsessed with the Des Moines for. It's a weird It's a weird name for a city, Des Moines. But yeah, it's time to wrap it up. Call it a night. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. What's this? Did you see Pete? What? Don't forget Dwayne's noodles. Yeah, make some noodles. Go to the farmer's market. Let me know how it goes. We'll talk about making you guys a website and shit if you guys go for a month or two and people are like, yeah, these noodles. Did you see Pete fall asleep on stream? No, I didn't. I didn't get to tune in tonight. But it happens, man, especially when you work as much as Pete does. Cedar Rapids is easier to pronounce. Later, taters. All right, later, taters, even everybody out in Des Moines. Don't say Oregon correctly. But that one's not as much fun to mispronounce, so I don't know what to... Oregon? Oregano? Oregano. All right. Good night, everybody. Monday, I guess I'm not doing the show probably on Monday. I don't know because I don't know if I'm even going anymore because of the weather. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm playing it by ear. I'll see you guys soon. Hugs and kisses. Mwah. Y'all have a great weekend. Good night. And thank you again for joining me. I really, really appreciate everybody. I hope we've learned some stuff together. We've had some laughs. We fucked around. We found out how much fun that could be. So, good night, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Peace. Hold on. Apparently, I forgot to upload the new one. I forgot to upload the new one. Hold on. Where is this? I feel so silly because Mikhail Wolf needs to be on there, man. Mikhail Wolf needs to be on there. And I done fucked up and he wasn't there. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Let me. I got this. Any second. It's processing because it's like a 3-minute clip. So, you know, it's not a little 15-second one. It's not like this one.
I have heard about this hanger thing that it makes your head move.
I don't believe it. I believe. Let's see.
What?
Oh.
All right. Let me okay, I fucking spelled that wrong. There we go. All right, everybody. Good night. Much love. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. Bleep, bedeep. That's not all, folks. Wow, Kai's Lazarus. But wait, there's more. Need a closer. It's all good, Kai. I believe that there are derps in the world. Yeah, it's all good now that it's fixed, Mikhail Wolf. Now that it's fixed. What the fuck was that? My OCD is off the charts. All right, it's fixed. Now it's time to call it a night. Good night, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend.
You're better than this. Join us. Use your powers for good.
Heads up.
Be a superhero.